Freeholders, Octor, Bartlett, Best, Duffy, Lepore, Deputy Director James, Director Lazare.
Here. Administrators report. Okay.
Well.
First on the agenda, we have the presentation of the City Green Dig-In Program Awards for this year. Jennifer is here. Somewhere. Jennifer is not here. Aaron is here. Accepting the awards.
Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, oh wait, can you hear me?
There might be a switch.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Erin. I'm from City Green. I'm the community garden coordinator there. So we have a grant program through the Board of Chosen Freeholders. They graciously give us City Green, a nonprofit, money to give to community gardeners to grow food in Passaic County. So today we have our next set of community gardeners. Some are new. Some have been gardening with us for 2, 3, 4 years, and we're going to be presenting them with their checks today, and we're going to honor them for the good work that they're doing in their community. All right? Today we have 12 gardens that are going to be honored, but in total we have just over 50 community gardens over the past 4 years that we have funded. And we're not in all 16 municipalities yet, but I believe now with 2 additional gardens, we're in 12 of the 16, which I think is pretty impressive. So let's see. All right, so let's see. First up, we have the Park Hill Condominium. Deborah, please come down.
At the end, we're going to take a group picture with everybody. Okay, can we do that? We're going to take one of these. Whatever you want.
That is
Yes, you can't catch it.
Can't lose it.
all right. I'm not sure. It's just 5:30, so I'm not sure if all of our gardeners are here yet. So I'm not sure. All right. So Compton Lakes Community Garden. Do we have representation for that garden? Nope, we're missing Eric. All right, that's fine. He is one of our new gardens. Oh, just kidding. You're filling in? All right, awesome. Hey, there you go. All right, sweet.
Are we doing it every day? We're going to do the big group at the end.
Thank you. So Lamar, this is the next new community garden in Wayne. This is St. Michael's Neighborhood Garden. Please, Nancy, come on down. All right, we next have the Clifton Library Children's Garden. Alka, please come down. Yes. So fourth year garden, yes. All right, so Garden of Hope, this is in Patterson. Miss Shirley and all of your garden committee, you can come down and claim your award. This is our second year garden. Garden of Hope. It's actually the Garden of Eden, I apologize. This is Christchurch. A second year garden as well. This is the Bloomingdale Community Garden. This is another second year garden. This is the tenants of Federation Apartments. We have another second year garden. This is the Wallace Community Garden from Sustainable West Milford. Dave, please come down. Our next garden is another second year garden. We have the St. Augustine Multi-Service Program. Nancy and Robert, please come down.
We got the pink tracksuit.
What is it?
We got the pink tracksuit. Run the black.
You don't have to do it.
Our next garden is the Gem of Patterson. They've been gardening, this is their third year, and this is the Green Acres Community Garden.
Come to my collard greens a little bit. Let me know when they're ready. Check it out some a little bit. I pass over there every day. Let's take a picture.
Another second year garden, this is the Schaumburg Community Garden in Wayne. Please come down and last but not least, the actual Garden of Hope, Father English in Patterson. Sister Maureen, please come down. All right, let's give one more round of applause to all of our gardeners. And all the gardeners meet outside for a group picture really quick, and then we're going to head to room 129. We're going to have a short grant ceremony so you guys can sign all your contracts and get your checks. All right, your actual checks. All right, thank you very much.
How are you? Good to see you. Mayor.
Yes, definitely.
Freeholders, Actor, Bartlett, Best, Duffy, Lepore, Deputy Director James, Director Lazare.
Here. Administrators report. Okay.
Well,
First on the agenda, we have the presentation of the City Green Dig-In Program Awards for this year. Jennifer is here. Jennifer is not here. Erin is here. Accepting the awards.
Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, oh wait, can you hear me?
There might be a switch on.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Erin. I'm from City Green. I'm the community garden coordinator there. So we have a grant program through the Board of Chosen Freeholders. They graciously give us City Green, a nonprofit, money to give to community gardeners to grow food in Passaic County. So today we have our next set of community gardeners. Some are new, some have been gardening with us for 2, 3, 4 years, and we're going to be presenting them with their checks today, and we're going to honor them for the good work that they're doing in their communities. All right? Today we have 12 gardens that are going to be honored, but in total we have just over 50 community gardens over the past 4 years that we have funded. And we're not in all 16 municipalities yet, but I believe now with 2 additional gardens, we're in 12 of the 16, which I think is pretty impressive. So let's see. All right, so let's see. First up, we have the Park Hill Condominium. Deborah, please come down.
At the end, we're going to take a group picture with everybody, okay? Can we do that? If you want to take one, whatever you want.
That is great.
Yes, you can't catch it.
All right. I'm not sure, it's just 5:30, so I'm not sure if all of our gardeners are here yet, so I'm not sure. All right, so Compton Lakes Community Garden. Do we have representation for that garden? Nope, we're missing Eric. All right, that's fine. He is one of our new gardens. Oh, just kidding. You're filling in? All right, awesome. Hey, there you go. All right, sweet.
Are we doing it every day? We're going to do the big group at the end. Thank you.
So we're on to the next new community garden in Wayne. This is St. Michael's Neighborhood Garden. Please, Nancy, come on down. All right, we next have the Clifton Library Children's Garden. Alka, please come down. Yes, so 4th year garden, yes. All right, so Garden of Hope, this is in Patterson. Miss Shirley and all of your garden committee, you can come down and claim your award. This is our 2nd year garden. Garden of Hope, It's next to the Garden of Eden, I apologize. This is Christ Church. A second-year garden as well. This is the Bloomingdale Community Garden. This is another second-year garden. This is the tenants of Federation Apartments. We have another second-year garden. This is the Wallace Community Garden from Sustainable West Milford. Dave, please come down. Our next garden is another second-year garden. We have the St. Augustine Multi-Service Program. Nancy and Robert, please come down.
You don't have to do so.
Our next garden is the Gem of Patterson. They've been gardening, this is their third year, and this is the Green Acres Community Garden.
Come to my college ranch a little bit. Let me know when they're ready. Check out your tunnel a little bit. I pass over there every day. Go take pictures.
Second-year garden. This is the Schaumburg Community Garden in Wayne. Please come down, Henry. Last but not least, the actual garden folk, Father England in Patterson. Sister Maureen, please come down. All right, let's give one more round of applause to all of them. And all the gardeners meet outside for a group picture really quick, and then we're going to head to room 129. We're going to have a short grant ceremony so you guys can sign all your contracts and get your checks. All right, your actual checks. All right, thank you very much.
How are you? Good to see you. Mayor, always a pleasure.
Yes, definitely.
Missed the whole damn thing. Son of a bitch.
Is Dr. Rose still here?
Yeah,
Where is he?
right there.
Dr. Rose, I've come to just offer some welcoming remarks. Sure. For those in the audience who are not aware, this is a facility operated by the Passaic County Community College. Dr. Rose is the president of our wonderful facility.
Well, we are very pleased to have you here. I'm not sure all of you are aware, but the college was actually founded in 1968. So next year will be our 50th year.
Oh, wow.
So
You've been here since the start.
yeah, absolutely. So when we opened, the first classes were in 1971. We had 248 students in 1971. This year will probably, when all is said and done, probably about 13,000 will come through in various programs that we're offering. So it's come a long way since then. If you haven't gotten up to Wanacue in a while, please, maybe we get a meeting up there one of these days.
We'll do it.
Because it's double the size that it was a few years ago. We've got a full culinary program up there, working with Passaic County Tech to try and get their students after they graduate from their program up there. Getting into more of the trades programs now because that's where the jobs are. So we're trying to make sure when our students leave our programs that they're getting into the type of jobs that will really, get them a living wage, that will get them a job, that will get them the type of, get them to pay taxes right here in Passaic County, which is what you're looking for. And We're just going to keep doing that. Yeah, I'll mention the one thing, and I know it's it's a hot topic today. We certainly have seen a lot of our students. We've seen our first enrollment decline in over 30 years, and it's been happening. It's the students. It's the DACA students. It's the undocumented students, which have always been welcome at our college. Before we had DACA, we have welcomed in Passaic County the students in our community who were undocumented. That's always been our way in Passaic County. We have now, in the past year, seen our first decline, and it's significant. It is significant. Our Passaic campus in particular, and you all know the county well. Wanacue hasn't seen any decline. But our Passaic campus in particular has seen a fairly significant decline.
Dr. Rose, you told me it's 1,000 students that you estimate that we've lost.
Yeah.
That's significant. That is just
I have personally had students coming up to me, and they're asking questions. Look, I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm concerned. What can the college do to protect me? And obviously, I'm pleased that they feel comfortable enough coming up to us at the college and asking us those kind of questions. That they feel comfortable enough at the college to say that. Those are the ones who have stayed with us. But the ones who haven't stayed with us, it's a real concern. I mean, this is a national issue, and we see colleges around the country taking these bold stands. But when we talk to these colleges, they have a total enrollment of 12 DACA students. We have classes at our college that have 12 DACA students, and many more that are undocumented. So I don't have to tell you this. You know Passaic County as well as anyone. This is an issue in our community. It's an issue much bigger than us. We're trying to provide the environment the best we can. Our students are confused, concerned. We're trying to provide as much guidance as we can. You have a student come up to you and say, look, I signed up for DACA right now. I'm moving to make sure that they don't know where I live right now. I know there's a deadline to re-sign up right now. I'm not sure I want to do that because I'm not sure I want them to know where I am. They'll come to the college and ask, what do you think I should do? And obviously that's not the type of advice we can give them. But as long as they know, we are there for them, and we'll try to do everything we can, to make sure they continue their education, which is all we can do. But this is what's going on in Passaic County right now.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Our pleasure.
All right, that concludes my portion of the conference agenda.
We'll review the consent agenda if everyone's had a chance to look at it. Any questions concerning the consent agenda? Okay, county council report?
Director, through you to the board, we do have 3 lane starters. First of which will be resolution K, is it K?
Yeah.
Correct. K60, resolution for the award of contract to grade construction as it pertains to the rebid of the Garrett Mountain Reservation Barber's Pond dredging and aeration project in the borough of Woodland Park, New Jersey. I'll pass these out. K61 is a resolution to adopt an updated code of conduct for the Passaic County Public Housing Agency in accordance with HUD guidelines. And resolution through you, Director, to the board for their consideration, K62, which is a resolution adopting the 2018 Annual Housing Agency Plan. I'm sorry, that's for the housing. This one? Yeah. So just K60, the other two were for the housing. We voted on them already, I wasn't paying attention.
One?
Yeah, just one, K60, my apologies.
Okay, we can move to adjourn. Could I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Who was that?
Four, that one.
And Bartlett?
Yep. Freeholders, Actor. Yes. Bartlett. Yes. Best. Yes. Duffy. Yes. Lepore. Yes. Deputy Director James.
Yes.
Director Lazare.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite everyone outside for a 9/11 memorial service, and then we'll come back in and finish our meeting. Thank you. We're right out front. People who lost their lives, and the people who are still living, but who gave up a lot of their time and their lives to help other people. So I'm a numbers person, and I took a look before I came here. I knew there were 31 from Passaic County who passed. But on that day, and I don't know you girls, how old were you in 2001? No, 91. So you don't even remember what happened. But I'm sure you've seen a lot of different pictures. 2,753 people on that day perished. Of them, 343 first responders were firemen. We had 47 police officers. We had EMS. We had a public safety person who was not on duty but who came to help on that night, that day actually, that morning, with the rescue. 412 first responders. But sometimes I think to myself, what way beyond that? What way beyond the 2,753 people who lost their lives that day? Because in Operation Enduring Freedom, which is the response to what happened that day, 2,343 servicemen and women lost their lives fighting for this country. And one of the most startling statistics to me is that 3,051 children were left without a parent. We can't let that happen anymore. We had 43 countries come together to fight against what happened that day. And we're not seeing that today. We're seeing a division of many of the people who are part of NATO and trying to pull us apart. We need to fight against that. We need to make sure that the lives of these people, the ones that they lost, the ones that are sick because of what happened on 9/11, that we live with their memory and we respect that memory. So every year this is something we need to do. We need to understand how significant this event was to the United States and how it's formed our nation even today. I thank you all for being here. I would like to turn this microphone over to Director John Gibbons. He's a pastor for Shiloh AME Zion Church.
Thank you, Director. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, for you are our God and we are your people. You are our Father and we are your children. Once again, oh God, we have assembled here this evening to remember those family members of 9/11. We pray, oh God, that you will remember them and their families. Remember the wives and remember the children who grew up, oh God, without a father or a mother. We pray, oh God, because you are the God of all nations. But we ask now, oh God, to have mercy upon this great nation of ours. Because the wound of 9/11 still bleeds. We ask, oh God, that you would be with our leaders as well. Be with us in the moments of discomfort and despair. When we are in despair, oh God, give us comfort. When we are in pain, give us peace. Be with us now and the family as well. This is our prayer. Amen.
Amen.
significant for Reverend Gibbons to be here tonight. You were in the United States Marine Corps?
United States Army.
Oh, the United States Army. He served this country for many years, so it was very significant for us to have him come and give this prayer. I'd like to invite Freeholder Duffy up to do the flag salute.
My pleasure, Director. Everyone place their hands on their heart. Salute the greatest flag in the world. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
The freeholders and I are going to be reading the names of the 31 Passaic County residents that lost their lives on 9/11. I am beginning with people from Clifton. Number 1, Cayune Casey Cho, Thomas Cullen, Edgar Emery, John Gracioso, and Tim Gracioso.
These are also from my hometown of Clifton. It's Zutu Ibis, Edward C. Murphy, Edisham U. Raja, John Salamone, and John P. Scally.
Francis Joseph Trombino, Clifton, Salvatore J. Zizza, Hawthorne, Linda Rosenbaum, Little Falls, Jorge Velasquez, Passaic, Kenneth P. Lura, Patterson. God bless them all.
Vincent M. Bolin, Ringwood, Kristen D. Simone, Ringwood, John E. Bolga, Wanacue, Paul Andrew Aquaveda, Wayne.
In addition to Mr. Aquaveda, 4 other residents of Wayne died on September 11th. Daniel Thomas Afflito, Robert Deraney, Greg Freiner, Barry H. Blake.
Paul Lizowski, Wayne. Leo Roberts, Wayne. Gene De Palma, West Milford. Jeremy Click, West Milford.
T.J. Hargraver, West Milford. Father Michael Judd, West Milford. Michael Joseph Zinzi, West Milford. Marcia A. Rodriguez, West Patterson.
You've heard the name that was called, and they do not answer. We pray that their soul may rest in peace.
I'd like to invite Deputy Director Bruce James up to say a few closing remarks.
Just briefly, this ceremony means a lot to all of us. It has been attended less and less over the years, and I think it's not out of disrespect or not caring. For family members, it's extremely difficult. You know, it's a day. Yesterday, all of the names are read on TV throughout the day. There's a lot of 9/11 ceremonies, but for family members to come here became more and more difficult. They need time to do what they do by themselves, and I respect that, which is why we've changed the ceremony. We still will read the names, and we still will honor those that were killed, either in just going to work, or those that were first responders that died, and those that continue to die from exposure to what the chemicals were and the pollution was at the site. You remember the government told us, and it was Christine Whitman said that there was no harm, everything was just fine, and it was not fine. So there are still people who succumb to the attacks of 9/11 just from having to help to clean up the site and rescue people, and that's a little tragic. Right here is a piece of steel from the North Tower. It was 15th to 18th floor. It's just a little piece of steel, but it means a lot to us. I actually had the honor of going with Robert Lyons, who was our police academy director and the head of our Office of Emergency Management to pick that steel up over in New York. And when we got there, there was an awful lot of fire trucks that were going there to pick up the steel. And there's a whole bunch of towns that wanted it and counties that wanted it. It was an overwhelming experience. It was very, very difficult to be there to watch all of the people who were picking up remnants from the Trade Center, and it's 16 years ago, and it still is very emotional for me. And I get if you weren't born or you were 1 year old. I was born in 1950, so the war was over, and Pearl Harbor happened, and it was, as I got older and you studied it, it was an historic event without a lot of emotional connection. My parents were both in the service. There was a lot of movies on it, but I didn't have any emotional connection, so I don't know what your connection is. But we had people from Passaic County who not only died at the Trade Center, but were the brave citizens on that flight that crashed before it hit the Capitol. They were heroes also. So you'll see many things. I hope you watch some of them. I don't know what your connection is going to be, but it's very difficult for us that lived through it to talk about it and to remember it. We're obligated to do it. We want to do it, but understand that it's really very tough for some of us to relive it every year. But it's something that we can't forget. And the thing that I think we need to remember the most, that right after 9/11, this country, I don't care who you were, what color, race, religion, it didn't matter. We were all Americans. We were all supportive of each other. People were saying thank you. They were allowing you to pass on the Parkway or any other street. You got people being polite. I believe that's the America that we all want, and I don't think we should be far from that. And we're going to work our tails off to make sure that that's where we get to. We have a diverse county, both in race, color, creed, religion, and ideology. We're here today to honor the people that died in a terrorist attack on this country. The only way we can honor them is to be good to each other, and to be Americans and know that we're all here together, and continue to try to make this country tolerant of everyone and give everybody the opportunity, because that's what people lost their lives for, and they continue to do that for us. So thank you for coming today. I'm going to cut it off here. Right after this, we have a meeting, but for anybody who would like, we have cake and coffee. Can you? I'm sorry. First, we're going to lay the wreath, which isn't on my paper, so I'm a moron. It has to be written, or I can't think, I guess. So we're going to lay the wreath. But right after that, please feel free to go into the cafeteria here, and we have cake and whatever else we have to drink. I'm not sure. Nothing alcoholic, Terry. But he owns a bar. So feel free to please go in and have something, okay? Thank you, Westville, for coming down. I think that's all.
Over to grab the wreath and bring it over to our little memory of 9/11. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. That concludes the 9/11 ceremony. You're invited for cake and coffee. Come back into the meeting. We're going to get started on the rest of the agenda.
Ladies and gentlemen, notice requirement of the Open Public Meetings Law has been satisfied with respect to this meeting, specifying the time, date, location, including the annual notice, adopted the reorganization meeting, filed with the county clerk, posted in the administration building, and mailed to 2 newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the law.
Okay, roll call.
Freeholders, Actor, here. Bartlett, here. Best. Duffy.
Here.
Lepore.
Here.
Deputy Director James.
Here.
Director Lazare.
Here. For invocation, oh, there's Reverend Gibbons. Reverend Gibbons, would you like to do the invocation?
Well done.
Would you like to do the invocation?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Once again, O God, we have the opportunity to call upon your holy name because you are worthy to be praised. Again, O God, we give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks for this moment in time. We thank you, O God, for the tangible and intangible blessing that you have bestowed upon all of us, individually and collectively. Now be with us and guide us. Guide this leadership team. Give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This we ask in his name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember all the men and women who have died while serving the United States Armed Forces. In addition to that, all those who lost their lives and gave themselves on 9/11, and the victims of Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. Thank you. We have a motion to approve the minutes of August 15, 2017. James and Bartlett.
Freeholders, Apter.
Yes.
Bartlett. Yes. Best. Duffy.
Yes.
Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director James.
Yes.
Director Lazare.
Yes. We have a motion to approve the proclamations 1 and 2.
So be it. Second.
Duffy and Lepore. Freeholder.
Freeholders, Apter.
Yes.
Bartlett.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director James.
Yes.
Director Lazare.
Yes. It's time for our freeholder reports. You guys don't mind, I'm going to start. I'd like to just mention that September 22nd will be upon us soon, and we're going to be having our nonprofit informational summit. Anyone who has any questions about what the county does and how we do it and how to access the services that we have to offer, it would be a great place for you to come on September 22nd. And if you need further information, you can contact the freeholder's office. My second item is that we have a resolution that's going through tonight. And this resolution is to rename a Passaic County-owned bridge on Lakeside Avenue in Compton Lakes for Sergeant Peter J. Kemper Jr., one of their finest police officers who lost his life on August 9th of this year. I would like to invite the mayor, Micah Sarah, to come down and say a few words.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for moving this through as quickly as you can. It means a lot to our residents, especially it means a lot to our family and to our police officers. We're a close-knit group of police officers for 24. Losing one of their own meant a lot. Really, we can really tell what we're still doing. So something they can see every day when they go by and is very important to them and to our residents. And we were part of the unfortunate funeral procession. My residents lined up in town, across the bridge, 5 deep, saluting him as he came across. So he's a well-missed individual in town, and we thank this board for renaming the Lakeside Bridge with his name. His family is going to be thrilled to hear this, and with your help, I hope to announce that to our own council meeting, if that's okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Anyone else have a
Just,
report?
if I could just take the opportunity too, she took the time to be here, but former Mayor Katie Cole of Pumpkin Lakes is also here as well, so I don't know if Katie wants to come up and say anything. She looks much more relaxed. Than with the former.
Is that formal?
That's it. I'd like to thank all of you also. If you knew Pete, you loved Pete. And Pete made his hometown of Wayne you know, very proud. He made his adopted town of Thompson Lake very proud, the police department, and now through all of you, he's going to make Passaic County very proud. So thank you all very much for this. It really means so much.
Thank you. Freehold reports?
Director just mentioned Campo. Shout out to Karen Cisco and Fran she and the staff did. I won't bring her on the spot, but the numbers are overwhelming. No instances, no problems. Once again, I'm surprised with the job well done.
Thank you, Karen.
Realtor director, since I'm number 2, but thank you.
What?
I was going by the order that you have on your agenda. No, it's fine. I'd rather tell you say it first, because I like to read the proclamation. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to read the proclamation that we passed.
Sure.
And before I do, let me read it and then I'll send it to you. Whereas the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Passaic is aware that the month of October is recognized as Global Diversity Awareness Month, and whereas Passaic County is a diverse community which contains 185.7 square miles and 2,751.7 people per square mile, with a total population of 510,916, consists of a variety of identities, nationalities, religions, sexual orientations, and disability statuses. Whereas the Global Diversity Awareness Month is time to reflect on aspects of cultural diversity and to learn from each other's differences. It's also an opportunity to discover what you have in common with others and build a stronger community. Whereas it's time to celebrate and embrace who we are, despite our differences, no matter what race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, age, nationality, or disability. And whereas on this day we can learn about different cultures, ideologies, and vow acceptance and tolerance. Whereas the mission of Diversity Awareness Day is to encourage the citizens of Passaic County to appreciate the wonders of all of our beautiful differences, to spread the awareness that all of us are the same in our desires for a good home, food, safety, and the comfort of being accepted, regardless of appearance or beliefs. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Passaic County Board of Chosen Freeholders hereby designates October 1, 2017 as Diversity Awareness Day in the County of Passaic and urges its employers, schools, and other community organizations to observe the day with appropriate programs or activities. And why I'm saying that is on October 1st, Mayor Hector Laura of the City of Passaic has partnered with the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and I thank him for it. The Third Ward Park is a large park in Passaic. It is bordered by Van Houten Avenue and Passaic Street. And we are getting together and having a get-together of as many people in Passaic County who want to come and share different food, music, and cultural activities. It's time we come together. We're happy that we live in a diverse county that we do. You can get cuisine from almost any area of the world in our county, and we want an event that highlights that and brings people together from every single portion of our county, regardless of what faith they are or who they are. And we're pretty excited about doing it. So there'll be flyers on it. I hope that all of you will attend that are here. And we're going to make it as well-attended event as we possibly can. I know that the mayor is very excited about it, as are all of his staff. So it'll be October 1st, which is a Sunday. It'll be 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 6 o'clock in the evening. And I hope that everybody here will attend.
I just need to put in, I said September 22nd for the nonprofit. It's actually September 29th. We're going to have 5 department heads there out that day, but we will be planning to do one in the spring with department heads from other departments. Go ahead.
Well, since we're going in order of the agenda for once, I'll let Freeholder after.
Well, I just wanted to say, Director, since our last meeting, that we had the last meeting right before the Passaic County Fair, and it was my first time seeing the fair operate, from the inside perspective, and I was really amazed and impressed by our staff. I want to congratulate our administrator, Tony Nova, our deputy administrator, Matt Jordan, who I saw put in so much time and effort into putting this kind of event together, which I think served our county proud and brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. We were a little unlucky with the weather one day, but Tony, how many total visitors did we end up having?
I don't know the total number of visitors, but we were busier than we were the year before, even with the one rain day. So
One rain day out, and I want to thank and congratulate our field colleague TJ Best, who took the lead on organizing it. But again, I think it's something that the county puts together for its citizens in the county, and I was very proud to represent the board.
I second that, and want to, also want to thank our entire team, not just around the county fair, but particularly Darrell Sparling and Kelly LaFell for their great work throughout the summer on movies in the park and concerts in the park and whatever else it was we were doing in the park all summer. I love the range of programming that we're making available to people, and I hope that everyone who's listening had a chance to get out to one or more of those events, and as I did, and I hope we keep on doing that kind of great programming. It's terrific to be able to do that. I actually, Director, want to talk about something a little bit more serious. If there's one thing I've come to understand in almost 5 years on the board, it's how federal policy and the things that get debated in Washington really have a very practical and meaningful impact here in Passaic County. Specifically, I'm talking right now about President Trump's decision to announce the end of DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. As we heard from President Rhodes, and as Dr. Rhodes was telling me when I spoke to him about it last week, that has literally affected more than 1,000 students at our community college. We have, for the first time in 49 years, declining enrollment compared to last year, because more than 1,000 people who are just out to study, whether it be nursing or business or any of the other subjects that are available in community college, find themselves feeling the need to hire and not to advance their educations, but to, as Dr. Rose was telling us, change their addresses and not register for school. This is a profound tragedy and one that affects all of us deeply. As Creel Fane was saying, this is a richly diverse county, and we need to be not only appreciative but supportive of all of each other. I don't happen to agree with President Trump or the members of our congressional delegation to say that DACA was beyond the power of President Obama, but I certainly agree with anyone and everyone who says that a solution is needed out of the U.S. Congress now in the absence of an executive that is looking out for these young Americans. I certainly hope that we very soon reach a point where those 1,000 or more of our residents no longer have to fear coming out to the community college and getting an education.
Anyone else?
Last month we had our first ever Passaic County Drug Policy Advisory Commission meeting to take a look at the epidemic, which is a national epidemic, but has hit Passaic County and northern New Jersey particularly hard. At that meeting, we established 5 subcommittees. Happy to announce that 2 of the first subcommittees met today. Tomorrow will be 2 additional subcommittees, followed by the 5th subcommittee meeting on September 19th. Also on September 19th will be a town hall meeting. This is going to take place at the Patterson Free Public Library on Broadway at 6 p.m. At this meeting, we will go over all of the information that we went over at our initial summit meeting that had over 80 people in attendance and representation from all 16 municipalities. There we would talk about some of the findings from our subcommittees, as well as open up the floor to the public at large to see if there are any additional solutions that we might want to include to really address this opioid epidemic that has hit us really hard here in the county of Passaic. So I want to thank everyone who signed up for subcommittees, and I welcome and invite everyone to be a part of our town hall meeting on September 19th, 6 p.m. at the Free Public Library on Broadway in Patterson, New Jersey. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Actor. Yes. Bartlett. Yes. Best.
Yes.
Duffy. Here. Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director James. Yes. Director Lazare.
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to open the public portion of the meeting.
Second.
James and Actor, roll call.
Freeholders, Actor.
Yes.
Bartlett.
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director James.
Yes.
Director Lazare.
Yes. You have 3 minutes at the microphone. You have to state your name and address, please, when you come down. Anyone wishing to speak? Yeah, be careful on the steps, please.
Let them know that we have a wireless microphone. You got the wireless microphone.
Oh, and the sign-in sheet is at the end of the first counter.
I'm good.
There is a wireless mic available too, if people do not want to make it down the stairs, we'll provide you with the wireless mic.
Good evening. I'm Vera Lazar from Clifton. This evening, a group of us will be making a joint presentation with a message simple and clear. The installation of a disc golf course at Rifle Park does constitute a change in use according to Green Acres regulations. We are aware that Green Acres has left the decision up to the county, and we are aware that the county council has stated that this is not a change in use. However, that determination has been made based on information that is false and incomplete. According to Green Acres regulations, the disturbance must involve more than 1/4 acre of parkland. We understand that the council's decision has been made based on a statement that less than 1/4 acre will be disturbed. However, having done an on-site field investigation, along with taking measurements and calculations, our findings prove that the disc golf course will in fact require the clearing and permanent disturbance of up to 7 acres of parkland. We further argue that the estimate of approximately 100 trees to be removed is way too low, and in fact, several hundred or more will be removed. In addition to this, a change in recreation and conservation purpose or use includes the construction of recreation and conservation facilities on undeveloped parkland or an undeveloped portion of parkland. Recreation facilities are indeed being constructed on an undeveloped portion of parkland. The proposed disc golf course, including wire baskets and cement tee pads, will be constructed on a large portion of the park which has been designated as a natural area and has never been developed. This section of the park has been used, both historically and currently, strictly for conservation purposes and passive recreation. The ecological impact of the disc golf course will be highly detrimental to this important natural area and will negatively impact the entire important bird area. Rifle Park is not the right location for a disc golf course. You have stated previously that you must think of the 500,000 residents, and that is exactly what we are asking you to do. The people of Passaic County, and especially lower Passaic County, where the disc golf course will be located, do not want a disc golf course in Rifle Park. We need a proper change in use public hearing and ask that this be held in accordance with the law. Thank you.
Good evening, Kevin Little, Fairlawn, New Jersey. What you have here in front of you is a proposed discourse map. The holes here are really not shown. I kind of numbered them where you think a golf course would actually be, which would be starting off from a parking area and ending near a parking area so that you wouldn't have to travel all the way somewhere to start the hole one, right? It's basic methodology. So this would be, basically real quick, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, first 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and all the way up here through 18. So really, as far as I was aware, this is all we have to go with. So that's my assumption. And with that assumption and measurements on the map here, I gathered these distances. So hole 1 is 315 feet, 2, 330 feet, 3, 430 feet, 375, 5, 430, 1180. Again, it's off the map, specifically using a magnifying glass. 560, 385, 9, 785. Hole 10 is 315, 625, 12, 375, 625, 750, 15, 335, 187, 760, and 18 is 1315. This is going to really disrupt the area here with a whole bunch of the acreage that you see on this map is really a huge impact to the park. I hike these trails. I'm here all the time. I'm not sure if any of you are, but I really think you're doing something here to the park that's not necessary. It should go somewhere else. The total acreage is about 7 acres. The first hole, the first 9, depending on the fairways, about 30 feet, probably even bigger than that. You know, once you consider the fairway and then areas around the green, the tee box, you know, soil compaction, everything. When you think about it, and the trees, the way they're laid out, it's pretty big. 1.6 through 3.2 acres, and that's just basically 15 to 30 foot fairways, not accounting for anything else. The second 9 being 1.8 to 3.6, which is a total of 7 acres. So I just wanted you to really take a look at this and understand what you're doing. And it's not what you think. It really isn't. Thank you.
Investigation that we did and the findings of what was proposed hole number 11. On our site survey last weekend, we focused on hole number 11 that was shown on Kevin's map. This was one of 18 holes. According to the field measurements, this fairway would be about 625 feet in length. We measured somewhere in the neighborhood about 575. This gave us a total of about a third of an acre that would needed to be cleared for just one single fairway. This fairway runs along a forest edge in a partially open area of scattered trees with mosses, little blue stem grass, abundant native flora. It's an area of high diversity with many species of plants, supporting species of birds, wildlife, and insect life. On our site survey last weekend, we documented numerous native species on this one proposed hole. We counted 71 trees and shrubs that are in this fairway alone. And we know that you're not going to take 71 of them down, but they're going to be there, and some are going to be damaged when they throw the discs. Species that we observed were 10 species of native flowering plants, including boneset, white snakeroot, pearly everlasting. We had 2 species of mountain mint, one which may be a threatened species in New Jersey. We're still investigating that. Little blue stem grass, 2 species of moss, various lichens, 3 species of oak, white pine, 2 species of hickory, black cherry, red maple, crabapple, 3 species of butterflies, 3 species of dragonflies are using this, multiple species of bees and wasps, many grasshoppers. All of this is going to be removed when they come and put in this golf course. And again, we measured out the proposed area for this hole, a little bit more than 1/3 of an acre, and that's just one hole. And over the change of use, and that's over the change of use disturbance limit. And there's 18 holes planned. I took video of this. It was posted on YouTube. You can view it from the Friends of Garrett Facebook page. The comments that are coming in from the people that want to use this for disc golf are just horrendous. These are people that want to pave it over, plow it over, knock all the trees down. They're accusing me and the people that are doing it of smoking stuff when we did this. The people that you want to come and use this disc golf course would rather see this whole place paved over, knocked down, and every tree taken down so they can play their disc golf. And remember that the disc golf designer said that this disc golf course is going to be the closest one to New York City. They want it there so they could bring in the thousands of people in New York City that have to go to Long Island and up into Westchester and Rockland counties to play disc golf. That's who's going to come and use this. You are not doing this for the people of Passaic County. You're doing this for the people that live outside the county. You should respect the people in the county. You should respect the plants and the wildlife that live here. Thank you.
Good evening, Kurt Schnackenberg. I'm the Save the Rifle Camp Park Coalition. I'm going to talk on the 268 Washington Avenue, Clifton, New Jersey. I'm going to focus on field investigation and findings on hole 18. We then moved on and took measurements on what will likely be hole 18. This fairway has a length of over 1,300 feet with an estimated acreage of about 4.5 acres, which would need to be cleared. The fairway would dissect a path directly through the center of the forest. This area consists mainly of large oak and hickory trees, along with some black birch, maple, and ironwood. We counted 145 trees growing along this fairway alone, many of which were quite healthy. We realize that not every tree will need to be cut down. We know that large trees are often left as obstacles. However, even if 40 trees were to be left standing, there would still be 100 trees removed just on this one single fairway. Obviously, there's something wrong with the forester's estimates. We've also seen that there are several dead trees in this area, including those which have cavities and hollows. And it should be pointed out that dead trees provide an extremely important role in the ecosystem, as they provide shelter and habitat for birds, bats, chipmunks, and numerous other species. Many woodpecker holes can be seen clearly on these trees. We understand if these trees were growing along a trail, they would be hazardous and need to be removed, but they are in the center of the forest and cause no danger. Therefore, they can be left standing to provide this all-important wildlife resource. There are also a large amount of fallen trees and woody debris in this section, again providing an extremely important role in the ecosystem. All this would need to be removed to make way for the disc golf course and further impact this fragile habitat. In addition to removal of these trees, now with the fairway through the center of the forest, any other weak trees will present a hazard and will also need to be removed. Meanwhile, the young trees will have all been cut down. This will lead to long-term deforestation of the park. Soil compaction and erosion is another major issue here. This particular fairway lies a short distance away from the Great Notch Reservoir, the headwaters of the Third River. This is all watershed land. The fairway directly crosses a small stream. Once the area is cleared of vegetation, roots, and woody debris, soil and sediment will wash directly into the stream which flows into the reservoir. The entire park is a watershed, and the disc golf course crosses over streams which flow directly into Great Notch Reservoir. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Jeanette Levy. I live at 9 Courts Lane, Patterson. This is in conclusion. Freeholders of Passaic County, Rifle Camp Park is not the right location for this golf course. We ask you again to consider another location for this project. Every environmental group is opposed to this plan. The people of Passaic County are opposed to this plan. The people have already voiced their opinions in the 2014 master plan. And the great majority of the residents have said that what the parks need are more hiking and nature trails. Meanwhile, the plan for the disc golf course will take existing hiking and nature trails out of safe use. This is not what the people of Passaic County want. This will not benefit the many residents of Passaic County. This will primarily be used by people from other areas of the state and many out of state. Meanwhile, the residents of Lower Passaic County, who will lose an important natural resource and will bear the burdens of that disc golf course, will bring. We have a right to a public hearing. The data is clear. The course will be constructed throughout the entirety of Rifle Camp Park. It will take up to 16 to 18 acres of parkland. About half of the construction will be in the designated natural area, an area which has never been developed and has always been used strictly for passive recreation. Our careful field measurements show that up to 7 acres of parkland will be needed to be cleared for the fairways. And by law, this constitutes a change in use, and a full public hearing needs to be held. Freeholders of Passaic County, we ask you once more to do the right thing for the environment and for the people that you represent. We ask you to preserve this important last natural open space in Lower Passaic County. Stop the deforestation. Stop the disc golf course.
Good evening. My name is Sid Cantor. I live on Barclay Avenue in Clifton. Yesterday, I took a friend and we were going to go hiking up in the Garrett Mountain. And that's how I heard about this change in use of forest for a golf course. I don't think the public wants to have this forest removed. What I suggest is, perhaps, if we're really interested in doing what's best for our county, is that when the next election comes in 2018, put a question on the ballot. Does the public want to give up so many acres of forest land and let the people speak? Quite frankly, it's going to be overwhelming. The people are going to want to keep the forest. People like myself have been going there for 60 years. There's absolutely no benefit to the people of our county. The use of this golf course, Sussex County, Warren County, they got plenty of land. They have more land than we have. It certainly should go to a forest county where they can well accommodate it. There's no use and no right that should happen. Let the public and a ballot decide. Thank you.
Hi. My name is George Avroff. I live in Toronto, New Jersey now, at 57 Douglas Drive. But I grew up in Patterson, in Clifton. And I have the fondest memories of going to this park as a child. I still bring my family here now. I was there 2 days ago with my wife and kids. And I can't believe how beautiful it is. And I cannot believe how you all considering taking this away from us and from the wildlife that inhabits it. It's such an important migratory route. It's an important part of this area. I think that there's other places that can be built. Lower Passaic County has nothing else. This city, West Patterson, Woodland Park, has been raped by developers over the years. You see the zoning, what's going on here. It's been brutalized. This is all we have left. And frankly, I don't know how anyone who votes in favor of this can possibly sleep at night. How do you sleep at night and vote yes for this? I don't see it. In God's name, please, Don't take this from us, from our children, from our grandchildren, from the wildlife that lives there. Please, we're begging you. We don't want this. You work for us.
I'm Georgette DeRoche. I live in Patterson, 132 Ports Lane. I was going to list a whole bunch of facts that you've heard before. I was going to list a whole bunch of misinformation that has been promulgated, but we all know that we live in the age of faux news, faux facts, and facts don't seem to mean much anymore in this country. So when there are issues that don't seem to follow the public will in the past, in the country, the intelligent question to raise has been in the past, follow the money. Which then leads us to ask the question, are there freeholders who have some sort of relationship with the people who are going to be building this course? Has this organization donated money to Passaic County freeholders for their use in other ways? What could possibly be the explanation for each of you to ignore the will of many people who use this park as a natural resource? It really boggles our mind. On Garrett Mountain, there is hardly an inch of space left for the condos that have been built up there. With city approval, that's true, but they just keep building on Garrett Mountain every available inch. Condos here, condos there. And these parks, by the way, if somebody on the board is saying, I live in one of those condos, that's true, but I didn't approve the use of that land. So the question really is, why is each of you unwilling to listen to the people who live in in the part of Passaic County where most of the people live who use this park? For example, one of the bits of misinformation that has been promulgated by the freeholders is that the county is exploring these new and restored amenities to attract new visitors to Rifle Camp Park, as it's one of the least visited parks within the Passaic County park system. In fact, according to the Passaic County Open Space Master Plan, the three most used parks are Garrett Mountain Reservation, 45%, Rifle Camp Park, 24%, and Gulfville Brook Park, 22%. So we as the public have to ask the question, where are you getting your information from if the Passaic County Open Space Master Plan indicates that Rifle Camp Park is the second most visited park in Passaic County? And these facts go on and on and on and on. So you have people here who are interested in things that apparently, that apparently you are not interested in. But we beg you to reconsider your decision.
Thank you.
Jesus.
It's Mary Walsh. I am the coach, the conservation co-chair of the North Jersey group of the Sierra Club, and I live at 64 Davis Avenue, Hackensack, New Jersey. I'd like to say a couple words about the global view of Rifle Camp Park. So we've all seen the photos of the destruction that Harvey did in Houston. And what they said was one of the reasons why there was so much flooding was because there was so much development. So even though Rifle Camp Park is relatively small, those trees have a function, which my colleagues have mentioned a variety of. They suck up the water. So when there's no trees to suck up the water, the place floods. So I don't think that that's really what you want. And I hope that you'll be like the Christophers. They have this saying, better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. So if you save one small bit of park, you're contributing to the whole global thing. Thank you.
Seeing no one at the podium,
Jesus.
My name is Larry Zenyard. I live in Burlington Road in Clifton, New Jersey. And I'm here tonight to discuss with you the issue of Rifle Camp Park. I am concerned because it appears to me that this is a backdoor attempt at commercializing what is right now a public open space, which is very wild, natural, and very unique to even this area in New Jersey. We talk a lot about Passaic County, people in Passaic County benefiting from it, but many people from many other counties benefit from this space as well because it is so unique. I, like the vast majority, I would assume, your constituents, also had never heard of disc golf before. So I did a little research, and very simple research, and I found that only 35,000 people worldwide are adherents to disc golf. 35,600 official members of disc golf worldwide, according to the according to the association, according to the Professional Disc Golf Association, the PDGA. So that's a very small amount of people. I don't know how that really corresponds to the needs of your constituents. Also, I did a little bit more research, and I found that the sport is very much a male-dominated sport. Nothing wrong with that. But then I also found out that it is a sport that is dominated by predominantly a certain racial and socioeconomic group of people. It's just the way it is. Also not really corresponding to the diversity in the population that makes up Lower Passaic County. So that's something that concerned me as well. And I'm sure you're concerned as well. I mean, I witnessed a lot of sincerity and genuine enthusiasm for Diversity Day coming up, and more or less, people, those affected by DACA and things like this. Well, these are the same people that will come and use the park on the weekend and things like this. Free park, which they don't pay, which they can use. I go to the park very often on the weekend, and there is a lot of diversity in the park. And the free, relaxed spirit of it makes it so that everyone has access to it. And finally, I think that you should reconsider putting in more sports, dog parks that already have a plethora of these types of diversions in this state, and in the county of the state as well. I think you should reconsider allocating the funds, well, taking the funds that were going to be allocated for this project and putting it towards things like educating your constituents. You said that nobody knows. Well, you know what? It's your responsibility to get constituents out to that park, to understand why it's so unique, to understand why it's such an important thing we have in Passaic County. It's your responsibility. Ultimately, you should be concerned about maybe improving the already established trails that are there. And finally,
thank you so much.
Thinking about maybe replacing.
Greetings. Tonight, I'm here to announce
the formation of a new coalition. Oh, Anna Steinberg, 268 Washington Ave, Clifton, New Jersey. Tonight I'm here to announce the Safe Rifle Camp Park Coalition, formed to protect Rifle Camp Park as a natural wonder, not as a disc golf course. We're formed with a nonprofit community organization created to resist the planned development of this special park, the last remaining stretch of undeveloped open space of the Passaic County Park System in densely populated Lower Passaic County, situated within the Garrett Mountain Audubon IBA. Our challenge is to protect this small park from overdevelopment, and it's described in our website, savercp.org. This park is designed as a passive park, natural areas, and a nature center that's now closed. It's under threat of being redeveloped into a disc golf course. Freeholders, you continue to pursue this, and you've not provided residents with an open public hearing to discuss the matter. You continue to state your intent to move forward with the disc golf course project, and so it appears our only option is to continue to persuade you to instead restore the park as it was originally intended, as with a nature center and passive hiking trails. Our efforts are currently supported by Friends of Garrett Mountain Reservation, local Sierra Club, Bergen County Audubon, which is a local chapter of the Audubon Society that takes care of our region, the Animal Protection League, League of Human Voters, the Fight Nature Association, that's the farm people, Institute for Cooperative Biobalance, well, Don Torino of the Bergen County Audubon Society, and Jeff Tittle of the New Jersey Sierra Club have spoken out against disturbing this natural park. We're continuing to reach out to city councils, civic groups, veterans, masons, student environmental clubs, and the like. And this is going to also be a huge campaign issue moving forward. Our representatives have already been in touch with gubernatorial candidate Phil Murphy. So I'm asking groups and residents and everyone, and including you freeholders, to please support us. SaveRCP.org. We're raising money to support our efforts. Please give generously. And I would like to let the public know lawn signs are available. The petition is there to sign, as well as a host of other information, articles, presentations, videos, and more to help you become more informed on this subject. All on our website, savercp.org. Please join us, Passaic County freeholders. I'll ask you again, Save Rifle Camp Park, please motion today to stop the disc golf course.
Who's up there? Yes. Bartlett? Best? Yes. Duffy? Yes. Lepore? Yes. Deputy Director James? Yes. Director Lazare?
Yes. I'd like to have a motion to accept late starter case 60. Bartlett?
Second.
And Nelson. Roll call.
Freeholders, Apter? Yes. Bartlett? Yes. Best? Yes. Duffy? Yes. Lepore? Yes. Deputy Director James? Yes. Director Lazare?
Yes. I'd like a motion to accept resolutions K1 to K60. 60.
I'm sorry,
No, 60.
Move it. Second.
So that was Lepore and Bartlett.
Freeholders, Apter? Yes. Bartlett? Yes. Best? Yes. Duffy? Yes. Lepore? Yes. Deputy Director James? Yes. Director Lazare?
Yes. Motion to accept new business. Apter?
Second.
Best? Roll call? Oh, I don't do roll call. Oh, sorry.
What are we voting on?
Personnel. No, I said it wrong. Motion to accept the personnel.
So made. Second. Duffy and Freeholders, Apter? Yes. Bartlett? Yes. Best? Yes. Duffy? Yes. Lepore? Yes. Deputy Director James? Yes. Director Lazare? Move the bills list?
Yes. Bills list, motion?
Move it. Second.
Lepore and Apter, roll call?
Freeholders, Apter? Yes. Bartlett? Yes. Best? Yes. Duffy? Yes. Lepore? Yes. Deputy Director James? Yes. Director Lazare?
Yes. Motion for certification of payroll?
Move it.
Lepore?
Second.
Apter or Bartlett?
Freeholders, Apter? Yes. Bartlett? Best? Yes. Freeholder Duffy. Yes. Lavore.
Yes.
Deputy Director James. Yes. Director Lazare.
Yes. Motion for adjournment,
Move it. Second.
before and after.
Freeholder Apter. Freeholders Apter.
Yes.
Bartlett. Yes. Bass.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Moore. Deputy Director James. Yes. Director Lazare.
Yes.
Paulie got the call, his heart tightened to a stall, and he raced the city streets to find the day. Had frozen into stone, his steel was cut and shorn from everything he thought could never change. And it pulled the city in, every race and color skin, enveloped in an endless sea of gray. Between the darkness and the waste, fear found a new face, but in there it met men like Paulie K. Paulie joined the congregation that was sleeping in the pews. After pulling out his brothers and sisters in a fight they didn't choose, so go light him a candle, for he lit a city's way. Hell had forged new beauty in the work of Paulie K. It had stopped them at St. Paul's, where they came to give all they had to give. That's how they're made. Brothers they did not know, sisters stemmed the flow, as each one went outside to hold the day. And he dug with both his hands as glass returned to sand, and nothing mattered more than those he saved. He grasped at life unseen, the weaver of a dream, where the content of his character lit the way. Paulie dreamed about America when he was sleeping in the pews. After pulling out his brothers and sisters in a fight they'll never lose, so go light them a candle, for they lit a country's way. hell had forged